Yes, please have a seat, please. Oh, no, 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 no. Here we either whisper or we speak very softly. It is very important to maintain low tones. Now, I don't know how they do things in section 44, but here in section 17, all of our operatives, agents, and operators either whisper or speak softly. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good, good. That's good. Now, you're probably wondering why you were transferred here. The truth is, I am as well. Normally, someone who does what you did, yeah, the solution is not a transfer. Apparently, your direct supervisor and manager feel as though a transfer would have been best. And quite frankly, you are very fortunate that is what you received. Well, you have to understand something. The work we do here is extremely important. Now, yes, mostly we monitor various individuals and occasionally we insert ourselves into their lives for testing and evaluation purposes. However, when it comes to the rules, we expect each of them to be obeyed. Now, as I said, I don't know what happened in your section with regards to the promotion process. Here in section 17, the rules are not to be broken. Let me make it very clear. This is your second and last chance. So, you were apparently caught having a conversation with someone in section 124. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, here's the issue. You were outside in public, and at first, you didn't realize that the young woman you were speaking to, after she dropped her cell phone, was a member of that section. Fair enough. However, when you looked at her bracelet, which is what you should have done, and according to the report you did, when you realized that she was part of this institution, well, you should have very casually used the code phrases to find out which section she was from. And according to the report, that's what you did, but instead of breaking off contact immediately, you continued to converse with her until the situation got very uncomfortable and she ran off. Now, when you filed your report, you downplayed what happened. She did not. That is why you were transferred out of your section and into mine. Let me make it clear that sort of behavior will not be tolerated. You can speak with anyone here in section 17 pretty much about anything. If you encounter them outside in public, you can speak with your, for lack of a better term, co-workers. We don't really encourage that, but we don't discourage it either. However, you are not to speak with anyone from any other section. That is why every single badge within the Institute has the section number in big block letters and must be worn on the front. And as for accidental encounters out in public, well, again, the instant you realized that she was part of a different section, you should have immediately ended the conversation and both of you should have mutually disengaged. Do you understand? I don't think you do. Let me make this very clear. Our work here is too important to jeopardize. The experiments, the testing, and the viewing itself that we conduct on these individuals is too important for one section member to influence possibly the results by conversing with a different section member from a different section. Now, I'm trying to maintain my calm, but you're not making it easy. Let me make it clear what we do here. We find individuals, quite frankly, individuals who are potentially dangerous. Their lives are monitored, and once in a while, when section chiefs deem it fit, we insert ourselves into the lives of these subjects who have no clue that they're being monitored. Well, some tend to suspect. As a matter of fact, yes, I think I'm going to put you on one of our potentially most dangerous, but on a regular basis, safest subject. His name is Anderson Wilcox. And like all of our test subjects, he is an INFJ personality type. Roughly 1% of the world's population thinks the way Mr. Wilcox does. They have an understanding of reality that is blatant, honest. These are individuals who are usually not capable of lying to themselves. They see a situation the way it is. Now, what makes them dangerous is that they will sometimes go much further than other personality types will. An INFJ is capable of either saving the world or destroying it if they have enough motivation. Now, you might think that that is an exaggeration. It is not. Let me give you two examples of INFJs. One, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Yes, it's true. He was an INFJ. Let me give you another one. Germany, 1939 to 1945. Heck, even before 1939. The not-so-funny little man with the Oliver Hardy mustache. Yes, he was also an INFJ personality type. As I said, they are capable of saving the world or destroying it. Now, Mr. Wilcox works an ordinary job, and he lives a practically ordinary life. We want it to stay that way. Mr. Wilcox has a bad temper. He's able to control it, but every year it gets harder and harder for him to do so. Do you understand that? When you have an INFJ with anger issues that are slowly getting worse, that is definitely not something we want. None of us want that. On the other hand, he volunteers at a soup kitchen. That's right. He volunteers at a soup kitchen and regularly donates part of his paycheck to a local area children's hospital. Wilcox is very difficult to understand. On the one hand, there is his hatred of humanity. On the other hand, he volunteers at a soup kitchen to help homeless people and oftentimes donates food as well. And he helps out children. I mean, it is very important that someone like that, with the potential for a great deal of good and a great deal of evil, to be carefully monitored. Now, that's something I shouldn't have to explain to someone like you, but I feel as though it's necessary. You will be placed on the team that is monitoring Mr. Wilcox. Now, Mr. Wilcox has no proof, but he genuinely believes that someone or some sort of institution is actively monitoring his life, and that sometimes they interfere in it, which is all true, but he has no proof, and it's going to stay that way. These individuals, like Mr. Wilcox, they are so potentially dangerous, and yet they have the ability to save the world. As you know, we pretty much monitor every aspect of his life. Sometimes when he's stuck in traffic, he'll shout that he knows we're monitoring him, that he knows we caused the traffic, and he doesn't appreciate it. Ironically, we have no microphones or recording equipment in his car because if we did, he might find it. That's why we don't put any equipment in the cars of any of our test subjects. And as you know, these subjects are monitored for life. Every now and then, as part of the experiment, we step in and we make things a little more difficult for them. Ironically, there are times when we make their lives a little bit easier for them as well. There was a time when Mr. Wilcox was on unemployment for quite a while, and he couldn't find a job. His unemployment ran out, and for about a week, he had no money coming in. And, well, he started behaving a little erratically. That was when I approved for more money to be coming in, using the Department of Labor's letterhead and checks, so he would think it was a continuation of his unemployment benefits. And then, after the third week of the continuation, he found a job. Well, not really. One of our agents contacted him and offered him a job based on the resume he uploaded online. Sometimes we have to do these things in order to get proper results. Now, I need to make sure that I'm not going to have to worry about your discretion or lack thereof going forward. Am I going to have to worry? Good, good. That is the answer that I wanted to hear. All right. I want you to come back tomorrow, and I want you to speak with Dr. Edwards. He will give you a summary of everything that Mr. Wilcox did during the previous year. And then after that, you're going to be part of the team that monitors him. All right? Yes. Well, I thought we would start you off as just a random person. You're going to pretend to be drunk, and you're going to be on the bus that Mr. Wilcox will be on. We want to see how he will react. And then, after a month, we're going to put you in the park as the jogger who walks by him, trips, stumbles, and falls. We want to see if Mr. Wilcox will give you a hand. Yes, you're going to be the guy on the bus, and then a month later you're going to be a jogger. Well, don't worry about that. It doesn't matter if he recognizes you as the guy on the bus. All right? Good. I'll see you tomorrow.